Happy New Year and welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I got this look, stay tuned and watch the video. Starting with a clean and moisturised face, I brush my eyebrow hairs out and begin filling them in with Colourpop's Eyebrow Pencil in Banging Brunette. Everything that I use will be listed down in the description box in the order that I use them. So I brush that pencil through and move on to Colourpop's Eyebrow Colour in the shade Black and Brown, and I just darken my eyebrows with this. So again, I brush that through my eyebrows to really blend those two products together before going in with Girl Pro Conceal in the colour Fawn to neaten up underneath my eyebrows. For the top of my eyebrows, I've just mixed my foundation and concealer together to create a colour that's in between the two. You will see the reason why I like to do this a bit further on in the video, but I'm just now going to use the same concealer and cover the whole of my eyelid and use that as a base for my eyeshadow. So I just make sure that I've blended that evenly across my eyelid with a sponge, and then I set it using the famous Nye powders. I mix together the banana and the topaz because I find the banana's a bit too light for me. So I pat that powder in as much as I can before using a fluffy brush just to dust off the excess powder. I find doing this creates the perfect base for the eyeshadow. This eyeshadow is Elixir from Colourpop. In fact, I think all of the eyeshadows that I'll be using today are from Colourpop. Now I'm using this as my transition colour, so I'm just gonna swipe it in the crease until I get the colour that I want. Next I'm using Melrose, and again this is going to go in the crease, but I'm using a smaller brush because I don't want it to go as high as the first colour. Now I'm using Sequin for my lids, and this didn't go on very well with the brush, which is why I'm using my finger. I think it's because it's a metallic eyeshadow and the rest were matte, so they were okay with the brushes. Here I'm using Central Perk for the outer corners of my eyelids, and I've just turned the camera lighting down a little bit just so you can see the colours of the eyeshadows a bit better. So from the outer corners of my eyes, I'm just blending it inwards to about halfway. Then I'm taking Roulette, which is jet black, so I'm just using a very small amount of this right on the edges of the colour I used before, just to darken it a little bit. I'm using this jet black gel eyeliner from Rimmel London to tight line my eyes. My eyes water quite a lot, and I find that gel eyeliner is the only thing that stays on. Next, I'm using this black liquid eyeliner from Kubiss to line the top of my lids. If you look, the tip of this eyeliner is really fine, which helps me a lot because I don't like my eyeliner thick because I have hooded lids, and I find that to do your eyeliner really thick, it overpowers the look when you've got hooded lids. I'm not very good at doing eyeliner, I hate it, and the tape just helps me get that line a bit better, sharper or neater. So now I'm just going in with the mascara, and this just is going to help me to blend my lashes in with the fake lashes, which I'm about to apply. This mascara is from Beauty For Real. It's their high definition mascara in the colour Just Black. These are from House of Lashes and they are called Iconic Mini, and the glue I like to use is the Duro. It's a brush on adhesive with vitamins. I only use this glue for my eyelashes as I find it holds really well and they come off really easy without pulling your eyelashes out. So I wait for the glue to go a bit tacky before applying the false lashes. I don't wear false lashes often, so I'm not very good at applying them, so I find these tweezers help me to put them on better than regular tweezers. I think it's the way that they're shaped. But my eyelashes are curly, so I use them and I place my eyelashes on from above. Then once they're on, I use my fingers to secure the corners. Now I can go ahead and take the tape off, and you can see how clean and crisp it leaves the corners of my eyes. And then once I've carefully taken it off, I'll just use a wipe and just clean up all of that fallout from the eyeshadow. If I had done my foundation first, I would have had the glitter from my eyeshadow all over my foundation, which is why I do it the other way around. For me, the most important part of my makeup is the primer, and I use Lancomme's Perfecting Makeup Primer, which is oil free and it has a smoothing effect, so it smooths out all the fine lines. I just rub that in all over my face and it just helps make my makeup look smoother. Next I use another primer, and this one is Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. It's also oil free and it's pore minimizing, so it helps fill in all the pores on your face. It actually reminds me of filler, you know, when you're decorating and you're filling in the holes on the wall. It does the exact same thing. So I'll concentrate this in my T-zone because that's where most of my pores are, my nose and my top lip, and that's where my face starts to get shiny after a while, so this just helps stop that. So while I'm waiting for those primers to settle on my skin, I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes now that they're dry. I just prefer the way they look when they're curled. Look, I'll show you the difference from before and after. They look way better. So I'm taking a damp beauty blender from Real Techniques and adding Smashbox Photo Finish Prime Water. I do prefer Max Fix Plus, but I've run out of that. I'm taking my foundation, which is Clinique's Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer 2-in-1. I'm in the colour 26 Amber, and I'll use that on a damp sponge and blend it in all over. So like I said before, everything that I'm using will be listed down below in the description box, and I'll try and put them in the order that I've used it to make it easier for you guys. So the only place I don't go with my foundation is under my eyes, because that's where I'm going to put the concealer, and I don't want too much product under there because I crease like crazy underneath the eyes. So I'm going back in with the Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn with the damp sponge and just blend it out all underneath my eyes. Just look at how much difference that makes. I think my dark circles are the only thing I don't like about my skin, but it can't be helped. So I'm setting that concealer with the Nye powders again, and it's a mix of the banana powder and the topaz powder. I don't know why I haven't shown you the bottles for these, but so once I've finished with the other eye, I'll just go ahead and do the same with all of the areas that I want to highlight. And the reason why I do one eye at a time and set it is because if I leave it, it will start to crease. So if I set it straight away, it doesn't give it a chance to crease. And so I can just carry on with the rest of my face then. So I'll make sure that I've really pressed that powder into all those highlighted areas. And then I leave it to set while I carry on and do the contouring. For this, I use MAC Studio Fix in NW50, I believe. And I just use this in all the areas that I want to contour. So that's your cheekbones, and then I actually like to use it underneath my jaw as well to hide my double chin. Gives me a better jawline. And not forgetting the forehead. Here, this just brings a bit of definition back to your face. Now that the powder's set on all those highlighted areas, I'm just using a fluffy brush to dust away all the excess powder and to kind of like buff it into the skin. It makes the skin look flawless almost after you've dusted away the extra powder. My nose has kind of been cancelled out with the highlighting, so I'm going back in with the Studio Fix powder just to contour my nose a little bit to bring it back into shape. Now I'm using MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish powder, and I'll take this all over my face just to blend together the highlighted and contoured areas. This just brings a glow back to your face so it doesn't look ashy with all the powder and stuff. So now I'm just going to finish off my eyes by putting Sequin, what I used on my lids, on the inner corners of the bottom of my eyes, and then on the outer corners and into the middle I'm going to put the Central Perk colour that I used on the outer corners. And I'm using the same gel liner to do my waterline. I think the reason why I'm smiling here is because I'm about to do my favourite part, which is highlighting. And I'm using Colourpop's Candyman here for under my brows, my cheekbones, my nose and my Cupid's bow. I have quite a few moles or beauty spots on my face, whatever you want to call them, which was covered by the foundation. So I'm just painting this one back on because I think it's the one that people recognise the most, and it's what makes me me. For the lips, I line them with Conspiracy by Urban Decay. Then I go in with Luster by MAC. And then on top of that, I put Uptight by Urban Decay. To finish, I spray my whole face with Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. And this just helps to melt away all that powder and just make it look like skin. So I wait for that to dry and then I'm done. This is the finished look. So if you're still here, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Leave any comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.